there's a new generation of us that are very interested in applying those research ideas into the real world. And that's what I'm really excited about at PERC today, is where we're at as an organization is to build on this legacy of the last 40 years and the vast library of research that we've been able to create over those last 4 decades, but to apply those ideas into real world issues, whether it's to public policy or to the way that conservationists do conservation on the ground. And I think you see that in all of our initiatives today is a focus on policy and practice, and how do we apply the research that we've done over the years to affect change on the ground. This year we have an initiative on conserving wildlife corridors. Here in Bozeman, Montana, we're lucky enough to be next door to the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem, which is home to some magnificent wildlife corridors for ungulates like elk, mule deer, and pronghorn. And so we are focusing on wildlife migration in the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem, specifically private lands, and we're looking to find incentive-based solutions that can encourage landowners to enhance or conserve wildlife migration corridors on their land, because private lands are a crucial piece of the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem, and they provide critical habitat for elk and other ungulates, especially in the winter. So really focusing on this private land piece of the migration issue and ensure that landowners can view wildlife as less of a liability and more of an asset to conserve them into the future. 40 years from now, I would like PERC's approach to be the widely accepted approach to resolving conflicts over environmental issues. I think that we've come from the past 40 years from being sort of a voice in the wilderness, literally here in Bozeman, Montana, to becoming more mainstream. There's more work that could be done. But I want the default approach to environmental issues to be free market environmentalism. You know, when people see an environmental problem, I think they should the default approach should be to find cooperative, mutually beneficial solutions through markets and property rights, as opposed to political conflict. And so I want that to be the default approach in the future, and I think that we're headed that way. We've got a lot of work to do still, but that's what I'd like to see in the next 40 years.